Well, that's an interesting way to get around.
Welcome back to the channel. Take a look at, I think this bike's very attractive. It's called the Leoguar Strider ST. We're going to learn all about it today, so let's get into it. The assembly on this bike is going to be very easy. The manual is pretty detailed, and there's not really a whole lot to put together. So if you are wondering, can you do this on your own? Well, yes, you absolutely can. Just take your time and you'll be fine. The Strider ST is going to come to you as a Class 2 e-bike, which means you can reach up to 20 miles an hour via this half twist throttle on your right-hand side, your cadence sensor, and your 5 levels of pedal assist. This bike can be unlocked to a Class 3, which is going to should give us speeds up to at least 28 miles an hour. This bike weighs 70 pounds and has a payload capacity of 300 pounds. Currently, during the making of this video, you can purchase this bike for $18.99, and it comes with a 2-year warranty. The Strider does come in a step over or step through model. I chose the step through model. I just like the way that it looks. And Leoguar says that the Strider ST's average rider height is going to be between 5'3" to 6'5". The ST comes in 3 different colors: baby blue, khaki, and this orange version that I have right here. Now, Leoguar says that the Strider ST will go up to 60 miles on a single battery charge. Well, if you've seen my videos, you know that we are not going to get anywhere near that today because number one, I'm going to unlock this bike to Class 3, and number two, I'm just going to beat it up with all my testing. The Strider ST comes with a 48-volt, 750-watt brushless rear hub motor. It has a peak power of 1,000 watts and 85 Newton meters of torque. It also has a Shimano 8-speed transmission with an Altus derailleur and a unique 8-speed trigger shifter. For stopping power, you have a Tektro 2-piston hydraulic brake system with 180mm rotors. It has hydraulic front forks with the Leoguar branded name on them. It has 80mm of travel. You can preload them and lock them out. It comes with 26 by 4-inch V-Tire Company Mission Command tires. They have this funky tread pattern on them, and they're puncture resistant. When it comes to the battery, it is stored inside right here. It's a 48-volt, 15 amp hours with 720 watt hours of power. You can leave it in the bike and charge it with this charging port right here, or you can take it out and remove it and charge it somewhere else. Now, it does come with a 3 amp charger, which means that you can charge this bike from 0 to 100% in 5 hours. Your bike's going to come with 2 keys, and if you want to remove the battery out of it, you're just going to put one of the keys in, you're going to turn it, and then you're going to lift this key out just a little bit, click it back farther, and now the battery comes out. And at the top of the battery, you have your battery charge indicator so that you can take a look at it and see how charged it is. Put it back in, you're going to clip it, and then you're just going to pull it all the way forward, lock it, and you're good to go. Leoguar has filed for the UL certification for the Strider, so that is in process. And when it comes to the IPX rating, well, the battery has an IPX rating of 7, and the display has an IPX rating of 6.5. Additional features include aluminum pedals, a double chain guard, quick release seat post, Leoguar branded leather seat, and multiple mounting points for different items. Let's talk size and fit. Now, when it comes to this bike, you cannot make any adjustments here to the handlebars because it has this locked stem, but you can drop this seat all the way down, and that is your lowest height for your shortest rider. And then for your tallest rider, well, we're going to set it up here. Now, it doesn't have any markings on the back of this post, so this feels about the safest right there. And that would be your tallest rider setting. So the seat comes up pretty high. Now, I am 5'9", 220 pounds with a 32-inch inseam, and this is what I'm going to look like when I'm riding this bike. Cockpit Operations. On your left-hand side, you have this nice feeling medium rubber grip. Right here is your front brake lever, and then right here is your display. To turn on your display, you're just going to hold this top button here until the display comes on. As you can see, this is a full color display. Right here you have your battery indicator. This is showing that we are at 100%. This is the logo. Right here is C2, which is showing that it is in Class 2 mode, which takes you up to 20 miles an hour. They have a C1 that takes the bike only up to 15 miles an hour. Right here shows your speedometer. Then you have your time on the bike, your trip distance, your overall odometer, and then right here shows you your pedal assist levels. And then I believe this shows you kind of your torque or whatever. I don't know, it's kind of cool. I guess we'll figure that out during the review. Now, if you want to go up in pedal assist levels, you're just going to hit the plus button, and it has 5 pedal assist levels. But check this out. If you hit it one more time, it goes to number 6, which means that it is not providing any assist to the pedal assist, but it does give you full throttle. To go down in pedal assist levels, you're just going to use your minus button. This does have a USB port underneath here, and you can control it by holding the plus button, and it turns on your USB port. To turn it off, you're just going to hold that button down until it goes off. To turn your headlight on, you're going to hit the power button here real quick, and that turns on your headlight. If you notice that when the headlight comes on, the screen did not dim, I like that feature. And then to turn it off, you're just going to push the button again. This is the headlight that is on the Strider ST. As you can see, it has 2 bulbs on the front, which is more than the average 1 bulb that you see on your average e-bike. Now, please note that this bike does not have any tail or brake lights. To hop into the general settings and advanced settings, you're going to go into them right here. This is your general setting. From here, you're just going to hit this setting button real quick. It's going to take you into here. This is where we can reset the trip. So we are going to do that. We're going to bounce into there, and we want it to say yes, and then we come out. From here, you have your throttle speed, your speed unit, so miles per hour or kilometers, your throttle functionality, so you can turn that on or off. This gives you your different functions. Let me show you this. This gives you that setting that puts it into 20 miles an hour, or you put it into C1 where it takes it down to 15 miles an hour. We have the light sensor, which is off, so you can make it to where the headlight comes on depending on the brightness of your environment. This is your screen brightness, auto light, off and on. Control mode, well, this is not a torque sensor. This is a speed sensor, so we're gonna go there. You can also set up a password to where you have to insert the password into the bike for it to start. That's a nice safety feature. This is what you have to go into to turn your bike into Class 3. Now here is the process. You have to send them an email. They will send you back a liability form that you have to fill out and send back to them. Once you do that, then they will send you the passcode. So if you want to put this bike into Class 3, you're going to have to jump through some hoops to do it. I can't show you the password because you have to go through those steps to put it into Class 3. Once you do get into the advanced settings and put in your password, then you can go down here and turn Class 3 on. Now our bike is unlocked to Class 3 speeds. Also here you can find out the about information about this bike. It's going to tell you all of the different software and firmware that's in it. Just going to return there. This will give you information about your battery, on how everything is working. And from here, we save and exit all our settings. Ooh, now everything is turned red because we are in Class 3. To turn the display off, you're just going to hold down the top button. On your right-hand side, you have your half-twist throttle right here. This is your rear brake lever right behind it. This is your trigger system, which this big paddle right here takes it down in gear, and this small one takes it up in gear. It also comes with a bell. It is time for my favorite part of the review, and that's where I get to take this bike out and run it through all of my testing. Before we take off, I want to cover some of the safety features that I put on. I added the half-knee bar and mirror. This is my Seco light. It's going to strobe and alert riders and drivers as I'm coming up on them. And then, since this doesn't have any rear taillight to it, this is my See-Me 300 or 3000 or something like that. But I like the fact it has a gyro in it, so whenever you stop, it brightens up. So for it to be battery powered, it's just rechargeable. It replaces, or it's a substitute if you don't have any kind of rear lighting or braking. This does it all. We are here on the 606 trail here in Chicago. I am riding the bike without 0 pedal assist, so that means it's not providing me any electrical assist or power to the pedaling. Right now we're cruising at 13 miles an hour. I don't know, I'm in gear somewhere around 5, and it's a pretty comfortable ride. Let's go ahead and test out the throttle. We do have it in pedal assist 1. We're just going to twist it here and see if it's dictated to the pedal assist levels. And we're already, I'm going to say it's not, because we are launching up to 20 miles an hour, 21, 22. So it looks like we're capping out at about 22 miles an hour in pedal assist 1. I want to see if it changes from pedal assist 2. Nope. Pedal assist 3, nope, 4, and 5. So the throttle is locked out at 20 miles an hour. I'm going to put it into pedal assist number 1. We're going to check out the pedal assist levels, and we're just going to take off and see how that feels. Pedal assist number 1 is going to have you at 13 miles an hour. Let's go for 2. It's kind of hard to see when it's red. When it's green, you can see it easily, but since everything is red now in this bright sunlight, it's hard to see. And you're going to cruise at 17 miles an hour in pedal assist number 2. Let's see 3. Number 3 will have you going at 20 miles an hour. Let's go for 4. Number 4 will have you doing 24 miles an hour. And let's see what number 5 does. Number 5 will have you cruising at 29 miles an hour. Now it does have this pedal assist level 6, and that is where it is just throttle only. With me pedaling, I'm getting no assist to the pedal assist part. So there is nothing helping me pedal, but the throttle works. That's what pedal assist 6 does on this bike. So if you want to ride and get some exercise, but then need throttle every now and again, well, that's where that's going to come in handy. Let's go ahead and take a look to see if the speeds on the display are the same as they are on our speedometer, and they are. So if we're cruising at 20, so whatever speed it shows on the display is correct. So we're good there. Now let's see how fast it's going to take us to get from 0 to 20 using throttle only. All right, it has a good takeoff, so it's not too aggressive, but it also doesn't feel weak either. And boom, right there, 10 seconds. Now we're just going to try using pedal assist. We're going to get up to 29 miles an hour. I have it in pedal assist number 5. Let's go. There we go. Boom. Actually, we hit 30 miles an hour. It was some effort. We'll end up doing top speed down the road, but it felt like it just was giving me half power for a while. It didn't give me the full power right out of the gate, so it took longer for us to hit that top speed. When it comes to the riding position of this bike, it is more of a mountain bike feel, so you're going to be leaning more forward than you would be just on a normal commuter. This bike is also longer than average ones, 78.7 inches or something like that. That's pretty close, but that's a pretty good length for a bike, so it's pretty long. I have noticed that with that 8th gear that there is no ghost pedaling with this bike, so that's a good thing. I mean, the bike overall is pretty comfortable. It feels pretty solid. And I do like how the tires reduce some of the noise that you would get from your normal mountain bike tires. Right here, you can see how well gyro light that I have, this Me Too light by Magic Shine. I definitely like this light. Now, I'm not sure how the seat is going to do during this entire review, as it feels pretty firm. This screen is hard to see in direct sunlight. Not these parts right here, but this red area. I mean, I know I mentioned it already, but I really have to strain and look when you're adding the black to the red, you know, because your number's in black. You have the red background. If that was white, it would be super easy to see, but it's not. So if you keep it in, you know, class 3 mode, just you're going to be looking down a lot and kind of squinting to see what pedal assist level you're in. Let's go ahead and do our off-road part. I'm going to kick it down some gears. Oh, a branch hit me in the leg. Yeah, we're shaking around a lot. These shocks working? Yeah, they're working. The front forks are working well. There we go. Just took me a minute to get going. All right, we're going to shoot off this curb. Well, there's not much of a curb there. Off-road, I mean, you feel it. I mean, it's not like a full suspension bike, but, you know, no big deal. Still a pretty good time taking this thing off-road. I have noticed that since it does have this throttle, that I use it more than using a thumb throttle. It is time for the hill climb. We're going to do throttle first. We know that it only goes up to 20 miles an hour, and it doesn't matter what pedal assist level that we're in. So let's do that first to see how it makes it up this hill. This hill goes from 15% to 20% grade. Right here's where it gets steep. And then we are making it no problem. You can tell that this bike's not going to have any issue making it up this hill. Now we're going to do it with pedal assist. Let me go ahead and put it into pedal assist number 5. There we go. I have it in gear like 3, so we should be good to go. Let's see how this bike performs. Oh, yeah, it seems like the pedal assist kicked on almost immediately in this lower gear. And yeah, oh, I don't feel like I'm putting any effort in with my legs, and we're just making it right up this hill. Yeah, it climbs hills pretty good. Let's go ahead and put some miles on this bike.
Well, that's an interesting way to get around.
Is that a 360 on the front?
Yeah, this is going to end up on YouTube because I review e-bikes, so I'm reviewing this one right now.
Oh, nice.
So I'm filming. So you're definitely going to be on it.
Thanks. How do you like the e-bike?
So far, so good. I haven't done top speed yet, but I hit 30 miles an hour.
Oh my god. What can you say about that?
Yeah, you too, man.
It is time to do the brake test. Now we're going to do it in 2 different versions. We're going to do it 1 at 20 miles an hour using throttle only, and then number 2 we're going to be hitting full speed and seeing how quick it stops. Ooh, right at 23 feet. All right, full speed. Brake test number 2. Let's go. Oh, ooh, this bike stops pretty quick. I mean, we're right at 32 feet. That's pretty good. It was very in control. I think these tires helped a lot. It is time for the sand test. You can see the beautiful Chicago skyline in front of me. We're gonna go this way and see how well this bike handles it in the sand. We're gonna use our throttle, and then if we need to pedal, we're gonna do that. I put it into pedal assist number 5 for help, so let's go. Okay, we're pedaling for balance. And yeah, we're kind of making, now I've let off of the throttle and it seems like it's helping more. So you're not gonna go very fast across the beach, but you'll definitely make it. Oh, except unless you do a turn like that. But you're not gonna go very fast, but you will make it across the beach, and this sand is pretty loose right here. But yeah, good job. Not only can you make it to the beach, but you'll make it through the beach. You just won't do it very fast. This testing that I've done has really brought down this battery. You know what, we'll go ahead up here and we'll end up doing a mileage check. There you go. Here's downtown Chicago for you. Beautiful day today. It's during the week, so we don't have as many people out. The gearing on this bike is really nice. I mean, if you want to do this as an exercise bike, you can totally do that because you're not going to have any ghost pedaling. That extra gear really makes a difference, and it does just feel good while riding it. Now we are coming up to my racetrack here. This is where I like to do top speed. We're in pedal assist number 5, so let's see what the top speed can be. We are in gear 8. Let's go. 29 was the fastest I could get it. I know it got 30 when we first started, and I know that when the battery starts to get down, that you can't go as fast. I just didn't expect this one to drop so quickly. I've spent most of my time in pedal assist number 3, gear 7, and that has been totally comfortable. Let's go ahead and do a mileage check. I was noticing that the battery had dropped down. I took a look at it on the display. Shows that we're at 45%. Also, the display shows that we're at 16.8 miles. Now, when we take a look at Strava, Strava shows that we're at 16.3 miles, which means we're about a half a mile difference between the two. I don't think it's that bad. So I think the display is doing a pretty good job of keeping the mileage. Now, with that said, let's continue riding on this beautiful day. The comfortable speed for me on this bike is 20 miles an hour, which can easily be done in that class 2 mode. But since I ride here in the city, I also like to make sure that I can give it the go juice and pick up in speed to stay up with traffic or to stay ahead of trouble or whatever. But at 20 miles an hour, this is totally comfortable. I'm not really sure that many of you, depending on where you live, would want to unlock this bike to class 3. I'm not really sure it's necessary because I feel like I'm moving pretty good at 20 miles an hour. But since I've already unlocked this bike and I'm doing this review in class 3 mode, well, that's how we're gonna leave it. But I feel like just riding around normal with this bike at 20 miles an hour, or if it was in class 2, would be just fine. I turned around, we're heading north past where I would normally go home because I feel like we have too much battery. So right now we're gonna head north until we get about 30%, or at least under the 40, and then we'll turn around and head back. This bike is pretty balanced. You can ride it without hands if you want to, if you're good at that. Let's see, we just dropped down to 2 bars. Let's see where we're at. I have to get real close so I can read the battery level. Yeah, we're at 39%, 19.6 miles. We're gonna turn around, start heading back. Let's go ahead and check out the walk feature on this bike. We gotta put it into pedal assist 0, and then we're just gonna hold down on the minus button, and the bike should take off. And it has. Look at that. Oh, it's making it go up this hill pretty easy. Nice. Get off this curb. Hooey up. There we go. Nice and easy. What are the chances of me running into this guy again? What are the chances?
Yeah, it's actually wild. How fast did it go?
30 is the top that it's gonna go. Still, that's moving out, dude.
That's fast.
That, my friends, is some skill. As we blow through every stop sign. Since we still have a decent amount of battery, I'm gonna go ahead and take a different route, stop off for a late lunch, and then we're gonna take a look at the display and see if the battery percentage changes from when it gets a rest, because sometimes that happens with these bikes. Right now it's showing that we have 25% battery power. We got 24.3 miles. We're going to see if it's still showing 25% when we come back out. I have fired this back up and it shows that we're still at the 25% on battery power. So that is good, because at least we know that the battery management system is solid on this bike. We are back on the 606. That means I have 3.3 miles before I make it to the house. We're going to see how long this battery is going to go and how it performs when we get to those low battery levels. Now, I did, before this, put it into pedal assist number 5, so we can go ahead and see if I'm still getting all the power to this bike. I should be with 20%. I wasn't sure how comfortable this bike was going to be with this seat, but because the seat is a little bit harder than most of the other ones that I've ridden, and it is just fine. Like, it's the perfect amount of firmness with just enough softness to make it comfortable. Also, the riding position of this bike, even though it is more aggressive than some of the other bikes, it is still a nice ride. Now, if you wanted, you could put an adjustable stem here on the front. And if you do that, well, then you'll be sitting more upright. But I mean, for me, I don't think it's necessary. For you, you might like it. Well, since we made it to the 606 and we still have about 16% battery left, we're just going to hit the city streets and put some mileage in it that way. I am keeping an eye on this battery percentage. We're down to 12%, and I'm still going away from the house. We have 10% battery left, a little bit farther than a mile from the house. Back on the 606, it's going to be the safest. Ooh, we definitely need to turn around. It's not showing anything on the battery indicator anymore. All it is showing me that we have 9% battery left. So now we know when it gets down to the 1 bar, it doesn't have like a flashing battery or anything. It just disappears. Luckily, it still leaves you the percentage on how much is left on the battery. Let's go ahead and check and see if the throttle will keep us at 20 miles an hour, even though we do have this low battery level. And it does. There's no pulsing or anything like that with this bike, so that's good. We are in pedal assist number 5 though, and it looks like we're just struggling to keep it at like 18 miles an hour. We are still in pedal assist number 5, and even though we're in single digits, we're cruising at 24 miles an hour. 6%, so let's take her back on the 606. We'll head up a mile, and then we'll head back and see where we're at. We are down to 4% battery, so we're just going to turn around. Let's see if we have throttle with only 4% battery. I feel it. It's there. Is it going to take us up to 20 miles an hour, though? Nope, 15 is about the best we're going to do on throttle only. We are at 1% battery power. And I can barely feel it assisting, but it's not doing it a lot. It's not assisting a ton. At this point, we're going to take the bike home. We're going to check out the mileage, give you my final thoughts. I made it back, and it is time for final thoughts. Now, when I take a look at the display showed that we went 34 miles before it went to 0 battery power and didn't provide me with any more assist to the bike, which I think is really good because it provided me power all the way up until then and then shut it off, but it left the display going so you can still track your mileage. Now, Strava shows that we went 33.19 miles. I don't know. It's kind of up to you on whether you think that the difference between Strava, which is a third-party app, and the display is close enough to where you feel that you don't need a third-party app. I don't know. Kind of let me know in the comments on what you think. I personally think it's close enough for me personally to where I wouldn't probably pull Strava if I was just taking this bike out for a ride. Oddly enough, I thought this seat was going to give me issues. Okay, I thought it was. I didn't think that it was going to make it for the entire ride, but I was comfortable on this ride, which was surprising because I didn't think this seat was going to do it. And I know seats are subjective, so what works for me might not work for you. I get that. Also, there was no ghost pedaling with this bike, which is one of the things that you really find hard to find a bike that can do that when it has a cadence sensor. But this one gave me no ghost pedaling at all. Matter of fact, I kept most of it into gear 7, and very seldom did I go into gear 8, which I'm taking a look because I just want to make sure that I was correct. So gear 7 on this bike will get you up to the speeds that you want where you're going to feel very comfortable. Once you hit gear 8, you are flying. So just keep that in mind. It is geared incredibly well, which makes your riding experience very nice. This thinner tire tread that is on these tires, number one, make it a lot quieter when you're just riding on pavement, but it also provided no disadvantage when we were riding in the sand or going up off-road and up that hill. I did have an issue with how tiny some of the things are on this display. I've noticed that with a lot of bikes that are coming out now. They have a tiny display with even tinier information. It's nothing on the display, it's just my eyeballs. So if you're an older person that needs to use glasses, like reading glasses and stuff like that, you might have a little bit of an issue reading this display. Now, if you are interested in the Leoguar Strider ST, well, I'm going to leave a link in the description down below. That's going to go ahead and take you right where you need to be to purchase this bike. Also, if I have a discount code, I'm going to throw that down there below, and that way you can get the best pricing on this bike. Whenever you do something like that, that just helps out a small channel like mine. It doesn't cost you any more to do it, but if you want the bike, please click on the link below. Well, that's it. That's my full review on this bike, and I appreciate you making it all the way to the end. Matter of fact, I want to thank you for watching, and until I see you again, enjoy the ride.